We've all heard that there's no replacement for displacement, but with the stricter emission norms kicking in, a lot of car makers are moving in towards those smaller engine blocks fitted with turbochargers, and going that same way is the Hyundai Alcazar. It's no longer packing that 2-litre naturally aspirated engine. Instead, it's now powered by a 1.5-litre turbocharged petrol engine that we have seen in a lot of Hyundai Kia cars. So how is it? How is it to drive? Let's take you along. This engine is lighter than the 2-litre unit that it replaces and is torquier by 61 Newton meters. While the power figure is a minor bump of 1 bhp, it's now RDE and E2O compliant, making it capable of running petrol with 20% ethanol blend. On starting, you can definitely feel that this is a refined unit, just like all the Hyundais out there. And when you start up, the power delivery is quite linear and friendly too. And even if you push this engine, it doesn't feel harsh or stressed out at any point in the rev counter. However, there is a hint of turbo lag below 2000 rpm, which wasn't there in the outgoing naturally aspirated engine. But once you're past that, you'll be fine. The car can also maintain highway speeds all day long with the tachometer nearing around a relaxed 2000 rpm, making this a brilliant mile muncher. You still get those 3 driving modes: comfort, eco and sport. Keep the car in comfort or eco and it will give you a very smooth driving experience. The throttle will actually feel very smooth and the car will try to get into the highest gear as soon as possible, so it helps with the fuel efficiency as well. And if you plan on spirited driving, then you should have picked a sedan instead of a 3-row SUV like this, but you do get the sport mode. So once you switch that sport mode up, the car will actually feel a lot more alive and the throttle responses are much more crisp. Even the driver display turns on sporty dials to amp up that experience. The pedal inputs are much sharper, the engine holds still higher RPMs to shift the gears, and it certainly gets quite exciting to drive. If you want to shift gears yourself, then there are paddle shifters as well as the Tiptronic function. But there's a catch-22 situation as well, because if you drive the car in stop-and-go traffic, it feels a little jerky even if you are very smooth with your throttle input. It gets a little annoying, but you'll get used to it and learn to live with it over time. The claimed fuel efficiency is 18 kilometers per litre, which is quite respectable, but I haven't seen the number go above 10 kpl for me because I have been primarily driving it in the city. Yes, highway driving will surely shoot up the number to around 14 to 15 kilometers per litre. The Alcazar is softly sprung, so it handles bad roads well, but show it a bigger pothole and the thuds are quite evident, so you better show them respect. However, if you are in the hills or on the highway, the car handles quite well and confidently. Apart from that, everything else is unchanged. The view out from this seat is quite nice. The car feels nicely wrapped around you and is very easy to handle in the city. And that's also thanks to this 360-degree camera, which is quite crisp in its display. This mechanical change has been supplemented with a subtle cosmetic update in the form of a revised grille that now features a chrome strip at its bottom and a new puddle lamp that projects Alcazar. There's the turbo badging at the back and DCT badging on the fender as well. The Alcazar's cabin is still one of the nicest ones around. The second row seats are quite spacious for even 6-footers, while the third row is best left to either teenagers or young adults of less than average height. That said, the features list throughout the cabin is quite comprehensive. This time all the variants of the Alcazar get idle start-stop function, while 6 airbags were standard earlier as well. Rest of the features are on your screen. If you are keen on buying a city-friendly 3-row family SUV but with occasional last row use, then the Alcazar should sit high up on your priority list. It's easy to live with compared to other 3-row SUVs, is feature loaded, comfortable, and the pricing is quite competitive in higher variants against the competition. Buyers in this segment might opt for a diesel, but the turbo petrol makes more sense for those who have comparatively lesser running and want to have engaging performance every time they put their foot down, or maybe they stay in Delhi NCR. That was a 2023 Hyundai Alcazar. If you've liked this video, do give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel.